Right, everybody, I guess I'm just gonna have to make a part 2 today as well, just to get over with it. For this, you're gonna need the exe CSV blank, which are gonna be available, or they're available with the car when you open it with your Excel. This is how it's gonna look like. Here we have the chassis sections: drag, frontal area, and weight. We're not talking about any of those today, so we're just gonna disregard all that, okay? The numbers that we're going to be inputting from the part 1 video that you hopefully watched are the RPM and torque. Straight from our ugly paint, RPM 1 is 0, torque 1 is 83 from our last calculation. I'm just going to have to try to do it all at once. 83, 83, and this will change every single engine and every single chassis available. That's why I'm going one by one. If you just want to change one specific engine, if you're at that type of knowledge where you know where to change single individual engines and where they're implemented at, go ahead. But this one is simply to change every single engine. RPM 2, 4000, right? That's simple as shit. 4000. I would just copy paste that. RPM 2. Hope you could hear my keyboard. I'm working like a 4-stroke engine. Alright. Torque 2. We all calculated the max torque 2 in BMEPs. 173. No mystery there whatsoever. 173. Underline and then just copy paste torque 2. This is pretty simple. Pretty crazy simple procedure. RPM 3. This is stupid easy. RPM 3, 5000. From the previous video, just watch the other one and you will know. 5000. Copy, paste it all through there. That's if you want to change every single engine. Then torque 3, we calculated that one as 157 BMEPs. That's a PSI per square inch of piston area. 157. Copy that. Input torques 3. This will conclude our video number 1 for sure. All the values are now in. The next value that we face is engine stroke. Now, those that are familiar with what it is can easily find it. Those that are not can just get the value online. It's very simple. We go back to our Dodge Charger, right, like last time. But instead of hitting horsepower and torque, where we were looking last time, we're gonna hit full specification. Once that loads, just scroll down and you will see all the engine dimensions. Crap, I apologize for that. You'll scroll down, you'll see all the engine dimensions, and right here we have stroke 3.75 inches, and that's our stroke for our engine. Very simple. That's step number 1. So our stroke is 3.75. Just copy paste all the stroke values right there. Then cylinder displacement, CID. If you don't know what it is, stop doing what you're doing, just quit watching the video. CID, cylinder displacement, 426 Hemi, right? Just copy paste the CID. This is second value, step number 2. Don't need to be a brainiac to get the CID. Now the next one is even easier. Number of cylinders, right? Obviously we're dealing with American V8, and here you go, 8 cylinders. Number of intake valves. I've been over that one before, but I'll go over it again. Let's go on Google and type in Hemi head. Go to images. You see the Hemi head? It has 1 intake valve, 1 exhaust valve. So how many intake valves you have per head? 1. Now let me demonstrate you some Asian head. Civic head. And there you go. On a Honda Civic you can easily see we have 2 intake valves, 2 exhaust valves. That will be number 2 if you're making a Honda Civic. I've been through this before. Don't confuse it with all total number of valves, because we only need the intake ones. Now let me show you the goddamn Ferrari head. Ferrari F50 head. And that guy is hard to see, but if you take a look, you will see 3 intake valves, 1, 2, 3, and 2 exhaust. This is a rare case when they're trying to squish as much area as possible. So for our Hemi, what we're doing is pretty simple. It's a V8 and it's got one intake valve per head. Now the only next value that's hard to find is intake valve size, and we're talking about stem diameter. I have that somewhere. Valve head diameter is the size of the valve. As you can see, the diameter of the actual face of the valve. We're not talking about the length of it. See where the guy is measuring it right here with the dial gauge? You can see right here, or with the micrometer, I'm sorry. That's the size of your valve. Finding that value is hard. It's not on automobilecatalog.com. What I have to go to eBay and look for these valves for sale. That's one trick, right? Hemi 426. Then you scroll down to that and you find your head diameter for your intake valve is 2¼ inch. You need some other proof for that as well, because eBay is obviously not the only thing around. And for that, I don't know where I scroll down for it. Blah 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 blah. Right here, I had to read the whole article, and here you could see normal stem diameter. I remember the valve head diameters be about 2¼ intake and 1 7/8 only exhaust, and that's our second confirmation. 2¼ here, 2¼ on eBay, and that's the valve intake size that we're gonna put 225. I'm gonna quickly run that number down. That's the most complicated number to find, but I'm sure if you dedicate it, you could find it. In the red line we covered before. It's plus 300 RPM if you want to remain NASCAR style. So to our 5000 it'll be 5300. But I found out that the Hemi red line's at 5500. Find out those specs yourself. Do your research. Input them right here. Red line 5500. Peak power. Well, everybody knows that. 425. That's easy to find out. We were talking about it in the previous video. There you go. Then these numbers are unknown. Nobody ever changes those. We'll do some research on these. All you gotta do here, here's the oil coolant and water coolant. We're gonna do research on those as well. Usually I leave them stuck just for now. Is number of gears. You have to look up how many gears the car that you're doing has. I know the Hemi had a 4-speed tranny, so we're gonna input number 4 right here. This is AI gear ratios right here. If you want to mess with those, we're gonna leave them stuck for now. AI gear ratios and AI differential ratio as well. Now you want to hit save. Make sure you click keep current format, and this will save you blank. Let me actually save it on desktop. Say new car 426 Hemi. Make sure you have EXE capital letters, top CSV. Make sure that you got exe.csv right here, just like this. This part right here is very important. Hit save, and that will conclude our video. You got our first blank. In the next video I'll show you, well, you should know what to do with the blank. You should watch Ben Crazy's physics video tutorial on how to copy and modify whatever you need to do, but this would be your text blank with all the values. If you watch both videos, you can calculate your engine profile in the first video, and then I just showed you where to get the rest of the numbers for the engine sizes, like the intake valves, the number of cylinders, displacement, and all that type of stuff. This concludes the second video. This is completely teaches you guys how to make your own engine. If you have any questions, anything, shoot me a line or two. I want to see some engines made if you're up to it. If not, I'll just show you a few more as we go along, just to make point clear. Anyway, all the values are realistic. You see, we haven't changed anything or messed around with any, of our own values. There you go. I'm gonna kill the video right here. Hope you enjoyed the part 1 and 2. If any of you ever watch it till the end, peace.